What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau. Like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, BrandonJaneauShow. And of course, like always, YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow, man. Man, I hope you guys enjoy this. This is my series, BrandonJaneauShow, point of view, or random shit. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, man. So let's get into it. Um, there's been some stuff going on. Just want to touch on it, give y'all some of my point of view of some of this random shit that I've been thinking going on in this world, man. Well, particularly Hollywood. So one story that uh I saw uh is, you know, so I love sports. I love sports. I actually have a new series called I Bleed Sports, which is out right now on social on podcast platforms everywhere, and of course YouTube channel Brandon Janeau Show. So I talk about sports. I love sports. Grew up on sports, um, and being that I love sports, man, um, I am one of those. The entertainment world could mix and merge and do all these things, and but sports is sports. We don't let that take away from what it is. So for the last couple of months, sports and entertainment has kind of overlapped each other. They're intertwining, maybe a little bit too much for our liking as a sports fan, but it's still something, I guess. More so in the we've seen athletes date celebrities. It's kind of obvious that happens. Shit happens. Particularly just last couple of months. I mean, fucking sports world, particularly football, has been in this. Some people could say a frenzy, and some people could say a complete and utter, uh, you know, trap. Every time we watch a Kansas City Chief game, uh, when it comes to that situation where it's Travis Kelsey, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Taylor Swift. So I'm not really that. That's why I was always like, you know, and even that right now, I don't know if they're together for real or they just doing this shit for publicity. I don't even know anymore. It could be literally the same thing at this point. Um, I don't even know anymore. Um, I mean, she's doing too much. It's a little like, okay, this is weird. Like you was just in like a relationship for like 5 6 years, and now you're like taking this man's teammate girls and wives and shit to your house in New York, and y'all just chilling and shit. That shit is it's a little too much. It looks a little weird. It just looks a little like you're trying too hard. This is it's like you're trying too hard. Um, but maybe that's just how she wants to move right now. I don't fucking know. Um, but I'm so goddamn tired of that story. I hope Kansas City gets their ass busted in the playoffs because of that story. I really hope Kansas City lose every game the rest of the year. I'm not hating on them. I just don't. I'm just so tired of this story intertwining with my goddamn football on Sundays. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to see who's gonna catch this goddamn touchdown because I got money on this game. Goddamn it, I'm playing the FanDuel and shit. I gotta worry about if Taylor Swift's in the fucking crowd. Nigga, concentrate on the game. Can we watch the fucking game, please? What happened to that? What happened to that? Oh my god. So sports and entertainment has been kind of overloaded. They're overlapping each other. They're going too much into it. It's overload. It's a fucking overload. Now, this week, another amazing sport, basketball, announced that they are going into business with Kim Kardashian and her Skims line. I'm starting to get to the point where I don't even know what the fuck Skims is. What is it? Is it line? Is it underwear? I'm assuming that's what it is. I I don't know. Um, maybe. And this is what I thought. Good business decision for both. Kim gets more publicity, and basketball gets the rub from the celebrity world. Um, It's a me personally, I probably would have, if Rihanna was still in charge of Savage X Fendi, probably would have probably asked her to be a part of that. But do you think? Um, but the fact that Kim is now, partners with the NBA in this situation. That's great for her, and like I said, it's a great business decision for the NBA. The only problem I have with it is this actually a real business decision, or is it just because you see how much publicity the NFL is getting from this Taylor Swift shit? You're like, we got to get somebody that has that same publicity that we can use, and we could use. Uh, to push our brand forward. Now, maybe you guys gonna be like, you tripping, that's crazy. They wouldn't do that shit. Or maybe they see, like I said, the publicity that the NFL is getting from Taylor Swift, and it's like, who's the biggest star out there that's got something we can use? Kim Kardashian. Okay, that's right. Okay, let's go get her. Because this feels like a business decision that's only based on popularity. Like maybe the clothes is really good. I don't fucking know. I don't wear that shit. And I don't have the money to buy that shit. So maybe it is a really good business decision, and maybe it does help the league in revenue, or maybe it's really just a publicity game, and you really just want to get publicity. Either or, it is what it is, man. And here's the thing, man: sports and entertainment always intertwine. You got, of course, Jay Z, who used to own the Brooklyn Nets, Justin Timberlake, who owns the Memphis Grizzlies, Usher, I think, still owns the Cleveland Cavaliers. Drake is an ambassador for the Toronto Raptors. J. Cole now owns the Charlotte Hornets. You've always had, celebs and people, you know, intertwine and do things. I mean, you got a lot of people that do a lot of sports things, but it's getting to the point now where that didn't overlap each other. It was like you knew about it and that was cool. But now this is like it's got to be in the press. It's got to be pushed. It's just like, okay, this is a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, there's a little bit too damn much. So yeah, but at the end of the day, man, do your thing, man. If it's business, it's business, man. Even in that relationship, if it's business, if this is a business decision, great. Now they might really like each other. They really might care about each other, but they also are a little bit too damn public, and it's a little weird. It's a little weird, but do your thing. Which brings me to okay, so this interview came out, I want to say last week, of J. Cole and Little Yachty. And Little Yachty does a podcast, I'm assuming, and J. Cole was on it. And J. Cole was just speaking, man. He was just talking. J. Cole, if y'all know, y'all know. If you've watched my podcast, you know anything about me, y'all know one of my favorite rappers, one of my favorite artists is J. Cole. Like, so when that man talks, 9 out of 10, you probably gonna listen because he never comes off from a negative place. He never comes off as disrespectful to people. He's never coming off as he's trying to dish you. He's not. In other words, what I just talked about, the sports and entertainment world kind of intertwining. It doesn't feel like he does anything for a business decision. It seems like he does it because it's the kind out of the kindness of his heart. That's what it seems like. You know what I'm saying? If you see that, he's very self-aware, which is rare to say. Maybe that's probably why he's one of my favorite artists. That's what my therapist keeps telling me. I'm very self-aware. I'm starting to think now as an Aquarius thing. I don't fucking know. But so J. Cole goes on his interview and he was kind of just talking to Lil Yachty and he was telling them how it was when his class of rappers kind of came into the game. And he was like he had to check himself and question why he's got a problem with them, a negative thought process when it comes to their music. And he kind of referenced Soldier Boy in a sense. And if you know, Soldier Boy took this and jumped out the fucking window. The man literally said in the interview, he was like, when I was young and Soldier Boy came out, I was like, the fuck is this? Like, I listen to Pac, I listen to Nas, I listen to Hove, I listen to like that's my rap that I listen to. But I had to check myself because I started hating on him. But he was like, then I had to check myself because I was like, nah, man, that's what he doing. Like, let him do what he doing. Let him like he's found the space in the game. I can't hate on that. And he said that's what I kind of looked at it from my point of view, where I was like, you knew y'all came into the game, and I was kind of like, yo, what the fuck is this? But I had to check myself and say, yo, nah, they winning. Like let them live, let them do their thing. Like you might not like it, but these new kids love this shit. So why are you hating on it? And that's what he said. And pretty much, and he said, you probably and he was like, you hating on a soldier, but you probably didn't been around your cousins and did the Yule and did this crank the Superman and all that shit. You probably was doing that shit. So why are you hating on it? Because you really actually like this shit. And that's what he said. But then Soldier Boy got on social media and he took what he took from it. He heard hate Soldier Boy and then he ran out the window with it. He jumped out the motherfucking building, leaped to his death pretty much on this situation because he literally was just like, fuck J. Cole and you needed Drake to get you your number one and just going at this man. And I'm like, and that's why I don't fuck with niggas like that. I don't like people like that at all. Because you rather look at the negative side of it before you even. This nigga eliminated everything else he said about it. This is how I knew he eliminated it because he literally said, everybody keep telling me he was giving me props, but I heard what I heard. You didn't hear shit. You heard what you wanted to hear. This is the one thing we always have a problem with: selective hearing. You motherfuckers got selective hearing when you want to hear something. When you think I'm hating on you, you hear what you want to hear and you just jump out the window. You gotta stop doing that. If you're gonna come from a negative place, keep that shit over there. I don't even want to talk to you. I damn sure don't even want to fuck with you. Keep it over there. If that's the first thing you came up with was that he hated on Soldier Boy and you didn't even listen to his explanation and what he was really saying about you, the fact of the matter is, bro, you took that and ran with it. Now, usually I am one of those like you can't tell somebody how to react, but that is kind of stupid because I only feel that way if you actually heard everything I said and you still took it that way. If you still took it that way after I literally said I had to step back and realize this might not be for me, but I fuck with it. This might not be what I like, but I will give you your, I will let you live because you actually did something that maybe I could never do. And that's what he was saying. But the fact of the matter is, you took it and ran with it and made that shit so much more disrespectful. Saying, nigga, you ain't never had a hit. You had to ask Drake to get your ass a hit. All that shit, bro, was unfucking necessary and unfucking called for, bro. Like them type of niggas be, bro, y'all, them the type of niggas that look at get in the club and try to like always fight a nigga when a nigga kind of like a nigga ain't even looking at him. Kind of looked at him a little bit, and then the niggas, you got a problem, bro? You want to fight? Them type of niggas is like, bro, I don't. I'm like, them type of niggas. Nah, bro. I don't fuck with them type of dudes because them type of niggas are quick to pull out a gun and try to shoot something before they ever put their hands up and really fight you. Like them niggas, them type of niggas are so bitch made and scary. You wouldn't even want to even like converse with them niggas, man. Like, man, I don't even want to fuck with you, bro. Let your ass do whatever over there, bro. The fact that he took that and it ran that shit, and I saw some people on social media being like, "Yeah, Soulja Boy, right? Nobody fuck with J Cole like that." Y'all are the type of niggas I would never want to be around, ever. No, because you always look for the negative. You don't look for the positive. Hell, you don't even come in with a clear mind and an understanding that you might not agree to disagree with someone. They have to agree with what you say, and even in that sense, you're still gonna take it a negative way. Why the fuck am I talking to you? Why are we even conversating? Why are we conversing? It don't make no sense. That shit was stupid. I didn't understand that shit at all. And I saw some people laughing at that shit. That nigga's a fucking character, bro. That nigga has been a character since the day I heard that nigga. And nigga always gonna be one. Always gonna fucking be a character. Get into another story, man. So it is officially over. The acting strike has ended. I think it said at the 119, 18 days, I think. The acting strike is over in Hollywood, which means movies that was halted because of the acting strike is now going back into production. TV shows that we've been waiting to watch for a couple months because they couldn't get back on set because of the acting strike is now about to be, kind of kicked into another gear coming maybe not next week, but maybe the week after next. You know, how do I feel about the acting strike? I'm happy it's over. Um, a new 3-year deal for the actors. Um, I think that this is the best that could have happened for the actors, but at the same time, this is such a interesting situation to have, right? Because one thing that Hollywood cannot have happen is go into a new year without any movies being promoted or anything. Doing that before the actor strike happened, the biggest movie that was being promoted at the time was Barbie and Oppenheimer. Both of those movies killed in the box office. Why? Because the publicity machine was running extra. It was what they had literally the combining what Barbie Hammer Barbie Hammer was like the thing, right? Like it was supposed to it was they were helping each other succeed. And then after the strike happened, during that time period when the strike happened, the movies come out and they still kill in the box office. But ever since then, those movies that have dropped and came out, no movie has really been that successful since then. I don't know the numbers, but it's a lot of movies that came out since after the strike started that literally fucking fell and dud. Like it was a complete and utter dud. And you know, Hollywood had to have this happen. They had to get those actors back. Like I said, TV is going to be successful, but the main cog in the machine for Hollywood is movies. That is the main cog in Hollywood. So if your movies are not being promoted, no matter how many times you post it on social media, no many times the you know the company that is the movie, that is being promoted as under at least, no matter how many times you promote that, if the actors can't go to these TV shows, can't do late night talk shows and talk about the movie, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. So they had to get them back into the situation now. In 3 years, 2026, 27, maybe it'll be another actor strike. I don't know. I don't know what will pop up in 3 years that's gonna make the actors be like, okay, that's a little crazy because every year it's something new that kind of catches acting off guard and they're not prepared for. So happy that the actor strike is over. The writer strike has been over for like a month or two now. I'm happy that everything's back to normal in Hollywood. Hopefully, they get back into these situations and do great things, including this, because this Friday is the opening of the Marvels movie, which is the MCU. And I've seen some reviews that say this is the worst Marvels movie that's coming out. And it brings me into what a lot of people have been saying these last couple of weeks, which is the MCU over? Now I've been seeing a lot of stories. I follow my family, my brothers, uh, Blurred's Eye View, uh, Chris Fury. Follow him. Amazing content. If you love superheroes, if you love, um, you know, Marvel, DC Universe, everything, man. If you love that, man, go follow my brother Chris Fury and Blur's Eye View. They are amazing at this. They are hard hitting, and they are always on the shit. They know what they're doing. Also talk about that. Shout out to my brother DC with the shit podcast. But MCU, a lot of people have been saying Is it the end of the MCU? Because they haven't really recovered ever since the Infinity War. Now, me personally, I loved Secret Invaders. I loved that show. I thought that show was fucking amazing. I don't know how other people took it. Clearly, a lot of people have said they didn't like it. But when you say you don't like it, what don't you like about it? They say the ending. I didn't like the ending of the show. So it kills the entire series? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand that shit. Just because you don't like the ending doesn't mean the fucking show was just all bad. It was an incredible fucking show, man. That shit was amazing. Was the ending confusing? A little bit, but not really. I mean, you find out that, you know, you find out that War Machine, War Machine doesn't even know Tony Stark is dead. Like when you find out that, like, like you find that out, man. Like you find that out, it's like when you find out Don Cheadle doesn't even know that, like, he's not gonna be partnered up with Tony Stark no more. Like that shit, like that's a heartbreaking feeling. Like, oh shit, you telling me Warrior was in a goddamn pod the entire time and it was a fucking stroll that was in the Infinity War? Like, what the fuck is that? That tells you all you need to know, man. Like, I don't know why people were like, man, the ending didn't make no sense. It made all the fucking sense. It kind of also leads into, when they go into, the other Marvel movies. Now, me personally, depending on how the Marvels movie goes, it will tell me if they should have put it after the Marvels movie or before the Marvels movie because it came out before the Marvels movie, which would explain why Nick Fury was in space for so damn long. So when he finally did come back down to Earth, you find out all the Strolls are in the fucking building. Like you find out, like, holy shit, the Strolls are actually on planet Earth and trying to find a new home, and they decided to just take planet Earth. Like it would make sense. So if the Marvels movie actually gives you an indication of what that is and what that means, then great. But to sit up here and say the MCU is over, what you don't like about the MCU? Okay, done like Thor has turned into like a comedy movie, which I don't get why. Like the first movie was good, really fucking good. The second movie was actually really good. The third one I haven't even watched. The fourth one I won't watch. The third one I haven't watched. The fourth one I won't watch. So it just tells you one and two was amazing. If they would have ended it right in there, it would have been amazing. I don't think a lot of people hated. Come to think of it, I don't think a lot of people didn't like Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't think too many people didn't like that show. I didn't really hear y'all complain about that show. I didn't hear you complain about, all these other shows. It really started with like She-Hulk. Y'all kind of like started having problems with the damn Marvel universe when She-Hulk came out, which was supposed to be a comedy. I understood that. I wasn't looking at that show like it was supposed to be some crazy shit. It was a comedy. But what I do think is this, man. Echo is gonna be amazing. Like I am like Echo is gonna be amazing. Like Daredevil's supposed to be in that shit. Oh man, I am like looking. Fisk. Oh, if it's like that and it leads into Daredevil, oh my god, bro, sign me the fuck up. Like let's do this. And if you actually watched Hawkeye, their series, Echo is actually a really good fucking character. Like she has a lot of things that you don't know about. And it's gonna be cool to see how they're gonna go into her background and show how Fitz is actually one of the reasons why she is the way she is. So that's gonna be really dope to see that show. I can't wait to watch that show. But like I don't understand people that are like super over the top and screaming like this movie, this shit sucks. Like Thor didn't work. It hasn't worked on the last couple of times it's come out. I'm not too surprised by it. Ant-Man and the Wasp really wasn't. It's not my cup of tea. I really don't. Ant-Man really doesn't have a character like that. I usually would assume Ant-Man should have been in the conversation. Ant-Man should be he should be like a character you introduce and is teaming up with other motherfuckers. Like he's not a standalone Marvel character. And I think that's the problem. You don't know who's the main character yet. We don't know who's that super. We don't know who's our Iron Man, who's our Captain America, who's our Thor, who's our like. We don't know who's the next that, and I think that's why so many people are getting confused. It's like, what the fuck is this? We don't know what this is yet, and I think you gotta let them cook, bruh. They have the right to cook. They have the right. They've been giving us great movies for damn near over a decade plus. They deserve the right to cook. They deserve the right, man. Let them cook. I'm sorry, we gotta let them cook, man. We gotta let Marvel cook. Just because you don't like the now doesn't mean it evaporates all of the greatness that they have given us. Now, if the now you don't like, cool. But Wakanda Forever was incredible. That was a good fucking movie. Spider Man was amazing. And that was all after Tony Stark passed. Like, why are we acting like Marvel just don't have good shit now? It's like in this time period, yeah. Ant Man is in a movie I would go pay money to watch. That just doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? That's just stupid. Thor is in a movie I would also pay movie and go watch. That's just not a good idea. I'll just wait till they come on Disney Plus. But those other movies, like, don't sit up here and tell me all of these movies suck. Now Marvel's, I want to see how it looks. I gotta go watch the movie. I can't probably do it this weekend because it's gonna be raining and I got some shit I gotta do. But I gotta do a couple podcast episodes. But I definitely probably go check it out sometime during Thanksgiving weekend. I probably will go watch it in 2 weeks. I probably go to the movie theaters, um, probably that Friday night, and go watch the movie. Like I think I will do that because I don't like hearing people say this movie sucks and you're not really giving me a reason why. But you said the first Marvel's Captain Marvel movie sucked. And it did suck. I actually liked the movie. I actually thought it was a really good fucking movie. I'm like, this is actually a good movie. What the fuck are you talking about? So I don't get this idea that this sucks. And everybody like WandaVision. Everybody likes Marvel when it hits on what you want. But to sit up here and say this just doesn't this sucks now and they need to bring back the old characters and it's just like, okay, y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. Marvel has earned the right to cook. Hopefully they get the Blade movie right because woo boy, if Blade gets made and really made the right way, oh, you can't tell me shit. Um, but yeah, man, they had talked about doing another Spider Man. Listen, man, let them cook. They're supposed to be doing. I know they're doing a Captain America movie again. The problem with everybody is that you don't know who's your Iron Man. You don't know who's your Thor yet. Who's the Captain America? Who's the Hulk? Who's you don't know that, and it's confusing you, and that's why you're not happy about this. It's like who's the next Avengers? That's what you're mad about. Who's the next Avengers? Who's that? We knew immediately Tony Stark. We knew immediately Captain America. We knew immediately Black Widow. We knew immediately. We were introduced to these characters. We knew immediately. And now it's starting to get to the point where it's like, who's the next? Who's the Avengers? We gotta let them cook. Gotta let them cook. Gotta let them cook. And now, thanks to the acting strike being over, hopefully we get more clarity on that going forward. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, man. I'm Brandon Janeau. This is Point of View of Random Shit. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.